there we are. Yes. Lovely good morning to you, Rockstars. Coach Borino coming to you live from just outside of Washington, D.C. We're going to be talking about real estate, answering your questions, talking about what the hell is going on, how to stay alive, stay afloat, how to sustain yourself and your business without losing your mind and losing your shirt, what's going to happen, where are we going, and how you can still help people get leads, get listings, get clients, make money in spite of all the craziness going on in the world. What's happening? Please use the chat. Let me know what's going on with you. I would love to hear from you. Any feedback, any questions you have, I will be more than happy to answer. We're going to stay for as long as you want me to. I have no place to go. We are quarantined here. Fortunately, good news, I'm healthy. Yay. My wife is healthy. The kids are all right. Hope you are too. It is first and foremost, my biggest concern is for your health, for your safety, for your life. The business will be here. The money will come. The business will come. Real estate is not going anywhere. I'm not going anywhere. You're not going anywhere. So stay healthy. Follow the rules. Follow the guidelines. We stop going out for the most part, the most important things, the necessities, yes, but other than that, we're not taking any chances. Please don't either. This thing will blow over. And this is really my number one message for you guys. My number one message. This will blow over. It always has. We've been through calamities before. So the most important thing, other than taking care of your hair, washing your hands, staying away, quarantining people, keeping the distance, doing the stuff that the smart people who know what they're talking about tell us to do, is please watch your mindset. Watch the consumption of information and how does that make you feel. Of course, stay on top of things. Of course, keep yourself educated. Absolutely. But beyond that, you don't need to binge on social media and CNN for 4 hours a day to understand that there's some shitstorm going on out there, which it is. Watch your mindset, what you read, what you listen to, what you watch, who you talk to, what you chat about. That's going to make you or break you. And if the movement is restricted, if you are locked down like we are on a voluntary quarantine lockdown, is it true that's not a political right term, quarantine? Socially distant bullshit. Pick up some good books. I'm reading Atomic Habits. Really good book. Atomic Habits. Fantastic book. It's been on my list for a long time. Finally picked it up. Really enjoy it. Learn. Come do the boot camp. Educate yourself. This is a phenomenal opportunity. Every calamity has an opportunity. And this one does too. So if you can get out there and talk to as many people as you like, if you can do open houses, if you can show property as much as you'd like to, educate yourself. Build your systems. Your success depends on mindset, systems, action. So this is a perfect opportunity to hone your skills, get better. Business will come back. It always does. People always need a place to live. People will always need to move. And this will trigger a wave of move, mark my words. When this is over, and hopefully it'll be over in a few weeks, that's my hope. There'll be a time where you're going to have to step up and you will be busy. And you'll make money. It's going to be all right. So don't you give up on me. Don't you give up on yourself, okay? Hey, Mandy, good to have you. Carla is here. Philip, Pat, Karen just joined us. Nice to have you. Alma, good to see you. Janet is here. Mike says, oh, Mike has a good question. Let me show you. Let me just fix this shot so you can actually see what Mike says. And there you go. Is this dumb to think this is all BS? No, I don't think it's dumb at all, Mike. It's not BS. I mean, you can think that. There's nothing dumb about it, but it is not BS. This is a serious stuff. And we're going to be in for a while. Gail, nice to see you. I want to send more cards. That's what you can do. Absolutely. Keep in touch with people. Communicate with people. We're going to talk about some things you can do right now. It is not a BS. It is serious. If you think that, I don't know what you mean by BS. This is serious shit. It is serious. I'm in contact with my family, as you guys know. My family lives in Europe. And I've been talking to my mom. I just got off the FaceTime with her. It is serious. It is serious. Now, I'm not saying you should buy into the hype and a frantic, the world is coming to an end message that some outlets try to feed down your throat. You shouldn't go out there and buy a truckload of toilet paper either, but that joke has been beat to death. But it is serious, so just do the best you can with what you have. Do the best you can with what you have. Now, let's talk some practical stuff. There were some really good questions here on Rockstars, so let's tackle them. All right, so let's look at this one. from Rolando, who has a very good question. Rockstars, I had a question. What is your objection handler when someone says, oh, we took it off the market until the coronavirus calms down, then we will put it back? And as Ethan points out, it is not an objection, it is a reason. It is not an objection. And for some people, taking it off the market, it is a smart thing to do. It is the right thing to do. First of all, don't speculate. Don't give medical advice. Don't give legal advice. Don't give any advice that's outside of your jurisdiction. That's number one. Number two, understand this. Now more than ever, people act from emotion. They're scared. They're nervous. Now, I don't want you to ever make big predictions. Market's going to go down. Market's going to go up. This is going to happen. That's going to happen. Nobody really knows what's going to happen. I don't know. You don't know. Nobody does. This is changing daily. What I do know is sooner or later there will be people out there who will need to sell, who will need to buy, who will need to move. So what I want you to do is, rather than come up with a clever line, this is old school real estate. They tell me something, but because I want the business, I want a listing, I'm going to come up with a clever line. We're past that. We're past clever lines and scripts. Some old-timers still teach that, but it's time for you to shift to understanding human behavior, human psychology. These people are scared shitless for the most part. Now imagine somebody in your circle, your leads or your prospects or your clients, are in a position where they either want to move or have to move. With all this information flying at them from social media, news outlets, neighbors, friends, everybody, how do you make a rational decision? It's hard. That's where you need to come in. You need to come in calm. That's number one. That's the first C. It's the C formulas. Remember, I like the C formula. So the first one is you're calm. You don't act on emotion, and if there is an emotion, it's compassion. But you're calm. That's number one. You don't buy into the hysteria. You don't buy into the fear. Concerned? Yes, you are. We all are. I'm concerned. I'm concerned for you guys, for me, for my business, for our future, for my mom, for people that I care about, you guys. So staying calm, remember that picture, I keep showing you this. Keep this in mind, and I will post it. You can download it. Be that guide in this storm where you stay calm, where they can look up to you. They can draw a sense of calmness from you. Like it's going to be okay. We're going to do what's best, and we're going to get through this storm. So number one is calm. Number two, you're competent. Competent. So you know what's going on the market. You know what's going on in the world. You know how this impacts people. Maybe do an open house? Not a good idea. Follow the rules when showing a property. Just use common sense. Be competent. And also understand what's going on with the market. Like the crazy thing is, here in my area, you would think things would shift. People will freak out that the market will tank and more people will put homes on the market. That doesn't seem to be the case. There is still demand, there are still people buying, and of course that's fueled by low interest rates. Now remember, guys, competent. Remember, when the Fed announces low interest rates, almost zero interest rate, that's not mortgage rates. Those are two very different things. They may influence each other, but they're not connected. They're apples and oranges. So those agents who keep posting, yeah, interest rates are so low now, you should buy. They are low, absolutely, and it's a good time to buy, no question about it. Just be competent enough to know the difference. So one is calm, two is competent, three is confident. 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 You're not losing your mind. You're not caving into fear. You're not needy. And you're not desperate. And the last one is compassionate. 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 Close enough. Compassionate. So your job, instead of handling the objection, talking about the virus, you address, number one, what are they afraid of? Well, we don't want to have 100 strangers wander through our house. Understood. What if we can't find the right house? Understood. What if the market will turn? It's possible. So you analyze the fear, you discuss the fear openly and honestly with them, you discuss their situation, and then you determine, is this a good time for them to make the move? And you offer suggestions. They will make a decision. And be prepared. Some of your prospects, some of your clients will say, we'll stay put for time being. Because in their current situation, under their circumstances, that is the best choice. That is the best thing for them to do right now. Now, that doesn't mean 3 months from now, 6 months from now, a year from now, they won't come back and say, please help us, we're ready. This is over, life is back, business is back, real estate is back, let's do this. But right now, your number one objective is to build connection with them so you can have an honest and open communication with them. Talk about their fears, talk about their worries, talk about their concerns, and then based on their desire, what is it they want, what is it they need, their situation, you hash out a plan. But you can't do that if you're still needy, trying desperately to get the sale, get the commission, get paid. And guys, I understand. I totally get it. I understand you worry that what if you won't close the deal in the next 3 months? You won't get paid. How will you feed your family? How will you pay your bills? Those worries you have are just as real. And it is possible things will turn for worse. I really don't know. Doesn't seem that way. But it's possible. But you cannot let those fears override your actions towards your clients in desperation trying to drum up business because you need to eat. Now, statistically, if you look back all the way to like 1985, we survived even the worst. You go back 40 years, even the biggest calamities, the biggest crisis, we survived. And the market survived. And even the worst of times, whether it was real estate related, business related, or 9/11, politically related, there were at least 4 to 5 million transactions closed every year. My message to you is this: there will always be people who will need to move. And if you do need to slow things down or shift your business, that's temporary. That's fine. So now let's talk about practical stuff. Once you address the needs, once you address the fear, what can you do practically? Shift and adjust. Use other means of communication. If going door to door or doing massive open houses or talking to big groups of people right now is out of the question for you, what else can you do? You can still call, you can still text, you can still email, you can mail, you can send postcards. I get postcards all the time. Let's see if I have a couple of examples. I actually do. I wanted to show you. And Gail, I'm glad you're here because one of them is yours, I think. Yeah. So, let me show you. You can do something lovely like this to nurture the connections, nurture the relationship with your prospects, with your leads, with expired listings, with for sale by owners. This is from my friend Gail Zintek. Lovely. Very nicely done. She uses send out cards. Really cool stuff. You should check it out. I got one for my man Ad. This is really nice. Ish. My student Ish with eXp Realty sent me a lovely card like this. See, you can do things like that. This is one of our agents in the area sending nice updates. They're doing the home renovations, strategic home renovations, where they have a company who issues a loan before the property goes on the market, educating the sellers, updating the sellers on what's going on. You can always do things like that. So there are always ways. There are always ways for you to connect, communicate, nurture the relationship, provide information, give people updates, let them know what's going on. And now more than ever, people will be hungry for good, unbiased information about the market. So provide that. Offer that. Insights. That's the competent part, being so important. All right? Good stuff. Okay, so a couple of questions. Efrain says, I'm calling my sphere, letting them know I'm still at work and here to answer. Perfect. Answer questions. You should absolutely do that. Now more than ever, this is a great strategy. Very good. Efrain, that's really, really good. And Ralph says, I think the problem with me is that I'm way too nice, and I noticed that Fizbo has listed with another agent. I feel like I haven't been confident when I talk to prospective client. You're absolutely right. That's a very accurate assessment. Confidence is a big part of it. I'm here to tell you that you combine these, you're going to be so magnetic, so attractive. Being confident means you can be trusted. It's beyond just competence. Competence is just you know the stuff, you know the market, you know the mechanics of the real estate. But competence is combined with confidence, so magnetic. And it's something you can work on. I am not joking when I tell you guys, seriously. When I started in real estate, I was very quiet, introvert, timid, and shy. You know, being a foreigner, having an accent, those were all very hard things for me to do. Talk to strangers, talk about real estate, talk about anything. I'm like, holy shit, nobody's going to listen to me because I have this weird accent. I don't know what I'm talking about. They're going to figure it out. You got to work on it. You got to practice, which brings me to the next point. Practice daily. Instead of spending 4 hours on social media obsessing over who bought toilet paper and seeing that meme, oh, can you see yourself quarantined here for 700th time? Why not practice for an hour? How you communicate with people, when you talk on the phone, where you see them face to face. Role play, practice daily. This is a great opportunity. We kept a registration open for the boot camp because I think this is a perfect opportunity. You can sit home for an hour and a half once a week, and in week 5 you have a system built, how to get expired listings. Do you think there'll be some expired listings when this blows over? Hell yes. Now imagine all the other agents will be like, how do I do expired? You have a system built. Perfect opportunity, so jump on it. GoBorino.com/bootcamp. Go check it out. It's a good opportunity for you to learn. Might as well. So that's a good point. I have been in this business since October 1st, 2019, and I haven't made a single penny. I talked to FISBOs, expireds, door knock, cold call. It has to be me at this point. By the way, I'm following your advice. Ralph, it does take time. It does take time to develop communication skills, to amass enough leads that start converting into listings. And the problem is, it's like working out. You know, when I started working out, I went to the gym diligently, hired a trainer, worked my ass off. I hurt so much that I couldn't lift my arms. It hurt so bad. And I didn't see any results for a very long time. Now, what do normally people do, right? They work out for about a month, they step on the scale and say, fuck, it's not working, look at that, I'm still fat. Which is exactly what happened to me. Not just for a month, for several months. The needle barely moved. Barely. To the point I thought our scale is broken. It takes time. It's an accumulative process. You start getting better. How you communicate, your confidence, your communication, the way you respond to people, the way you react, your emotional state, your energy, your passion. All of that combines into these 4 things. But with practice, it's doable. It can be done. I'm not saying it's easy, but it's doable. And you can do it. Anybody can do it. This guy did it. Anybody can do it. It's a skill you can learn. Helpful? All right. Now, is this helpful, guys? Is this helpful? Good. This is a really good point. Let me show you what Jason is saying. Jason is saying, hold on, let me move it here. Take advantage of the business that will be left behind from realtors that are letting fear control their business. That's a really good point. Besides, there'll be people leaving business left and right, you watch. It never fails. When things become this challenging, which I give you, it is a challenge, no question about it, droves of people will leave the business. And many of them shouldn't be in this business in the first place. So those of you who are brave enough and who are tenacious enough, we'll clean up. We'll clean up. This will still be a good year. I still predict this will be a good year with plenty of transactions, plenty of commissions. Challenging? No question about it. One day we're going to look back and it'll say, fuck, there was some crazy shit going on in the world. I honestly have never seen or experienced anything like this. Other than the empty stores. That reminds me of my homeland of Czechoslovakia during the communist time. I'm like, what the fuck? That was my childhood. Empty store shelves, bunch of people, long lines, fighting over toilet paper. That brings back childhood memories, no joke. That's what it was during communism. So one day we're going to look back and we're like, shit, that was pretty crazy. But for now, we got to weather this storm, and weather we will. Okay? All right. So what you need to do is diagnose the problem with your client. What is their problem? What are they trying to solve? What will the move solve for them? What is the real problem? And is this a good time for them to do it? Can you still list and sell homes? Of course you can. It's totally doable. We've seen posts here on Rockstars from people who say we are now doing closings remotely. So it's all possible. All right? So right now, use the time, guys, to nurture the relationships you have. And this is a perfect opportunity but you have to be genuine. Don't be an asshole like a salesman, but be genuine. Reach out to people and say, hey, what's going on? You guys okay? Is there anything I can do to help? Do you need anything? How are you guys doing? Give them hope. Give them a sense of hope. Because people will be helpful and resourceful as long as they're hopeful. Those two are connected. So be the lighthouse for them. Be the genuine, authentic person who cares. Without ending the conversation with, hey, who do you know who wants to buy or sell right now? Don't need to do that. Just be cool. Be genuinely connected, caring. So important, okay? Step up the quantity and quality of your communications. That means, yes, you're going to need to generate more leads to stay afloat, to stay sustained. It's going to require more effort, more time, more diligence, more follow-up, more of everything. But that, and this is the good news, will also create more momentum. All that effort you're going to put in, you start building more momentum. It's like a locomotive. You know, at the beginning, it just goes spinning those wheels. A lot of power, but not much movement. And little by little, the speed's going to pick up, when it just takes off. Educate yourself. Work on your skills. Provide comfort. Now, with that, and this is important, don't forget to take care of yourself. Nurture yourself. Take care of yourself. We who are the entrepreneurs, the driven, the drivers, we look after the family, we look after the kids, we look after our clients, we look after the business, we worry about a million things. We tend to forget that first, it's like on an airplane. When there is an emergency, what's the first thing they tell you when the oxygen masks come down? You put one on yourself first before you can help anybody else. Same thing here. Take care of yourself. Stay healthy, eat well, sleep well. Watch your mind intake. Watch your mindset. Please remember that. Okay? All right. Tom is right. Let me show you what Tom said. That is 2020 is the new 1968. I remember 1968 in Czechoslovakia. Karen says, thanks, Coach. My pleasure, Karen. Hey, Jamie, what's going on? All right. So now, a couple of questions that came up on Rockstars. Let me share those with you that we're going to address real quick. Monica has a very good question. And I'll bring it here so you guys can see it. Lovely Monica. She says, hi, Rockstars. I need your thoughts. I need to buy a new computer tomorrow. My present one has a freezing for a while. In an hour right now, it froze 5 times. My budget's $1,500. Lots of good responses. 56 people chime in. And the debate was between a Surface. A lot of people like Surface. Computer nerd Eric says, the many times I have better deals than I could get as an employee. Big thing is to consider is SSD solid state drive. The computer is only as fast as the slowest component. Got one with 512 gigabyte Core 5. Brenda says, I just sold a Surface Pro and bought a MacBook Air and loving it. MacBook Air or Pro. Surface, love my Surface. So as you notice, the trend is between Macs and Surface. And I'm a Mac guy, as you know, my equipment here, everything, we're on iPads and Macs. And my workhorse computer that I carry with me, I've been carrying on every presentation I do, every travel business trip I take, and you know those computers get beat up, is MacBook Pro. This is a 2013 MacBook Pro, 7 years old. Still works really well, runs really well. I can edit videos on it, I can edit audio on it, I can edit pictures on it. It still works really well. But bottom line is this, the technology has progressed so much, whether you're going to go with a Surface or you're going to go with a Mac. They're both really good and they will get the job done. Because at the end, it's not about the computer. If the technology is slowing you down, like the freezing and all that, if it cannot be fixed, if it's a hardware related, get a machine, learn how to use it, go and work. Because at the end, you can make money with Surface, you can make money with iPad Pro, you can make money with MacBook Pro. It is not the machine that will make you money. It is using it skillfully and knowing that it's a tool that you need. Okay, good conversation. I really enjoyed it. Thank you all for some good feedback. Okay, and here is one more I wanted to share. Let's see if I have it queued up. I thought I did. And I might have lost it. Anyway, I lost it, but I did want to talk to you about what do you do if a buyer backs out because of the virus? This was the first one for me, started the post, and I apologize. I thought I had it queued up here, but I don't. I thought I did. Bear with me. I don't. All right. This was the first time for me, buyer backing out because of the economy, because of the stock market, because of the virus. And I'm thinking to myself, if this is your first buyer backing out of the deal, you have not been in the business more than 6 months. True? You guys know what it's like. The buyer remorse, the seller changes their mind. Things can go sideways on you. I had deals that almost fell apart like literally days before closing. I've never had a deal fall apart on the day of closing, but pretty close. These things happen. These things happen. And I'm not encouraging buyers or sellers to back out or change their mind by any means, even though this situation is different. But you as a pro, you've got to be ready. These things happen. Why? Again, people act on emotions. They're scared. They're freaking out. So here is your number one job. Hear me on this, guys. This is a skill. This is important. You need to set up circumstances where they're comfortable with you to be able to tell you the truth. It is your job to set up an environment where the truth can be told. And the problem is many agents, especially desperate, needy agents, not you rock stars, we tend to, how should I put this? You want to get the deal done. You want to get paid, which is understandable, but you need to balance it out. Should you sue your clients? Should you do legal stuff? I'm not going to give you legal advice. I'm going to give you human advice. Give yourself the opportunity to see it from their perspective as well. Can the deal be salvaged? Can you calm their fears? Can you be that calming force? Can you be the voice of reason? And can you help them understand and see that maybe it's in their best interest to continue? Maybe this is just a temporary hiccup that we're experiencing because nobody really knows what's going to happen to the stock market, what's going to happen to the real estate market, what's going to happen in general. We can be all gone a week from now. Who knows? I hope not, and I hope we will be here for a long time and I'll be able to teach you and inspire and do all that, but we really don't know. So set up circumstances, set up an environment where they can truthfully tell you, this is what freaks us out, this is what we're worried about, here's our fears, what should we do? Because if you are calm, competent, confident, and compassionate, you will be able to figure out, well, based on what we've discussed, here would be my opinion, this would be my advice to you guys. Because remember this, you will be their guide, you will be their guiding light, you will be the lighthouse, you will be the resource, you will be their authority, like a doctor, like a lawyer, like a dentist. But at the end, it'll be up to them. You cannot make decisions for them. So don't try. Don't try to manipulate. And don't try to make them. That never works. That just annoys people, that pushes them around, alienates them. At the end, give them the freedom to make the best decision they believe is best for them, in their best interest. And you can do this. Don't ever get stuck on one. If one deal falls apart, have more. If one listing doesn't work out, have more. If one thing doesn't happen the way you would like it to, always have more hooks in the water. If one fish gets away, which sometimes they do, there's always more. Never build your business and your mindset just on one. That you need that one. That you must get paid from that one. That's a bad place to be. Okay? Helpful? All right, guys. Let's see. Was there anything else? Oh, yes. We were talking about the closing gifts. What is the best closing gift? That was a good discussion here as well. Who posted it? Paula. There it is. How much do you spend on closing gifts for homes priced $200,000 to $300,000? Again, lots of good comments, lots of good responses. Varies drastically, says Robin, depending on their needs and the type of a client. We bought a refrigerator for a client on a $185,000 house, and I have bought a house plant on a different root client house plant. That is great. My recommendation, first and foremost, remember this. The best gift you can give your clients is your honesty, your competence, and great service. That's the best gift. They will remember how you held their hand, how you were there for them, how you were their resource, how you were the crying shoulder, the counselor, the guide, more than remember gift certificate to Home Depot. They will give you referrals because you can be trusted, because you're competent, because you're cool, because you're not needy or desperate or salesy or arrogant, because you know what you're doing. You can be trusted, and they will feel good about sending more business to you. Not because you gave them a gift certificate or a house plant or a doormat or a set of knives. So don't overthink it. Remember, the gift is just a token of appreciation. And if it is something personal, if it is something like, let's say they're wine lovers, you give them a bottle of really nice wine, or if they like good food, you give them a gift certificate to a restaurant, that's cool. But it's just that little thank you at the end of the work you've done for them. It is the work, it is the relationship, it is the competence, it is the stuff you do to get to that point. That is the most important gift. So don't overthink it. Don't make it too complicated, too elaborate. You will not buy their referrals. You will not buy their business or their appreciation. And if it was a bumpy transaction, why not have a cup of coffee or a glass of wine with them and discuss it, saying, look, has not been the easiest transaction, but I'm glad it's done. I'm happy for you guys. We will keep in touch. There may be things you will need after we close, whether it's just paperwork or home warranty. If something does go bad, I hope not, but it's a house. It's a complex thing that sometimes things break down. I'm here for you. And maybe you have somebody else who needs my help or at least advice. I'll be happy to help. That's it. So don't make it too elaborate, too complicated, too about the gift. It is not about the gift. You got it? Yes? That's my take on it. Now, you can read the entire post. There's like 90 different suggestions, questions, and comments, which I really appreciate. And with that, I wanted to say, guys, in times like these, when we are quarantined, it still sounds so crazy and far-fetched to me, like I'm watching a movie of myself, you know what I mean? Like one of those apocalyptic movies. Isn't that crazy? It is easy to start feeling isolated. It is easy to stop shaving, and it is easy to just kind of hang out in pajamas all day if that's what you have to do. Stay connected. Because the other extreme to binging on social media and soaking up every little piece of information and feeling shit about it is feeling isolated. So please don't. If you do need help, I'm here for you. My staff is here for you. Other rock stars, pathfinders, students are here for you. So do reach out. If you just need to vent, or if you just need a crying shoulder, if you just need to share how scared you are, we're all nervous and concerned. We're here. This is why we have this community. And this is why more than ever it's so important for us to band together, support each other without bickering, without fights, and without unnecessary tension, without putting each other down or attacking each other, which is sometimes a natural human reaction. Watch it. You, my friends, are calm, competent, confident, and compassionate. Yes? Yes. Okay, friends. Quick little point. Connect your sphere. This is a great opportunity to nurture those relationships. Get on it right now. Put it in your calendar. Follow it daily. Use social media. Use texting. Use video. Use cards. Be there for them. Not only does it feel good to be that lighthouse for the people who look up to you and who you can inspire. Sometimes you don't even know. You never know when that person can pay you back one way or another, or somebody else will, paying it forward. That's what I do. I will do these lives almost every day if I can. If the schedule and if our equipment doesn't fail and if I'm healthy, of course I will. And that also means reach out. Reach out to me, reach out to whoever you need. We'll get through this. Hear me on this. We'll get through this. We got through a lot worse than this. It is interesting, it is challenging, and it is very different, but it's not unusual for humans to go through difficult, challenging storms like we're going right now. As they say, every storm eventually runs out of rain. Every storm eventually runs out of rain. So will this one. All right, friends. Till then, stay cool, stay healthy, stay composed, keep educating yourself, keep watching what's going on, and don't stop. Keep moving forward. Even little baby steps, working on your skills, educating yourselves, even that is better than just binging on shit that just doesn't feel right, doesn't feel good, and doesn't help you in any way. Groovy. I very much appreciate you being here today. More live information coming to you. Coach Borino signing off. I want to make sure I addressed all the questions. David, you're welcome. Derek, good to see you. Tom, appreciate your comments. And with that, amigos, Coach Borino signing off. Stay healthy, stay strong. I'll talk soon. Let's go get him. Ciao. Bye, everybody.